have a proclamation I'm reading under mayor's report. Did you see that thing?
No.
I'm going to read it.
It's long, yeah. I did see that it's long.
Okay, we're all set, everybody here? Okay, here we go. This is the common council meeting to be held Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 7 p.m. The meeting is called to order at 7:01. Would you please call the roll?
Alderperson Juzwicki.
Present.
Alderperson Kastner.
Present.
Alderperson Akers.
Present.
Alderperson Sarian is excused. Alderperson Bailey.
Present.
Item B, opening prayer. I was told that Pastor Vic had car problems. I think we should all pray that his car is fixed. So we don't have opening a prayer this evening. Item C is Pledge of Allegiance. Would you please join me as we say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Great. Item D, I'd entertain a motion to approve the March 18th, 2025 Common Council minutes.
Make a motion to approve those minutes.
By Alderperson Bailey, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item E is entertain a motion to approve the April 2nd Common Council minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Alderperson Bailey, is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Kastner, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Under mayor's report, there's just one, I have a proclamation, and forgive me, it's a few paragraphs, but it's an important one. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time requiring the prompt response of police, fire, and emergency medical services, and whereas the prompt and accurate response of these services is critical to the protection of life and property, and whereas dispatchers are the backbone of our public safety system as they play a crucial role in the safety and well-being of our community and those in need by being a vital link between the citizens and our city's first responders, and whereas dispatchers exhibit compassion, understanding, and professionalism in a calm demeanor while under the stressful situations in the performance of their duties of providing vital information and guidance, and whereas their ability to assess situations, make critical decisions, and communicate effectively under pressure is invaluable, and whereas dispatchers in Greenfield, Wisconsin are dedicated professionals who serve with professionalism and compassion, answering calls for help with unwavering dedication 24/7, and whereas they have done so since the first recorded dedicated dispatch position was filled in 1975 in our city, and whereas this is the 50th anniversary year of our dispatch center, and whereas their dedication, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to public safety deserve our heartfelt appreciation and recognition, now therefore I, Michael J. Neitzke, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor, and on behalf of the citizens of Greenfield, do hereby proclaim April 13th through 19th, 2025 as Dispatcher Appreciation Week in the city of Greenfield. So, and that will be going over to them. So I said a lot, but the reality is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there are 2 or 3 people in a room with all sorts of monitors, taking calls that really involve life and death situations. While we're sleeping, all of this stuff is going on. The same holds true for our police officers, our firefighters, our paramedics. In the winter, it includes our public works folks that are out. All of these people are doing things that make the city a better place. Our dispatchers for 50 years have done an amazing job, and I know that we're all very, very appreciative to them.
Yeah. I worked at a dispatch center, and it's a very difficult job. Very difficult job.
Agreed. So, also under mayor's report, it's, and I think I said this at the last meeting, but just to get it out there, June 7th will be the official ribbon cutting of the opening of the Turf Skateboard Park. So everyone that can be, should be there. If they can, I suspect there will be a number of people there. It may be open before that unofficially.
Is that a Saturday?
I think so. I don't know.
It's my grandson's birthday.
Yeah.
He'll be 12.
My flags won't be up by then, will they?
No, your flags won't be up by then. So we're,
Are we getting the flags?
I mean, Jeff and I can vouch, I think, Jeff, you and I can vouch that we are literally scraping together every penny and cent that we can to get the thing opened, to get the parking lot sort of in shape for it to be constructed by someone else. It won't be ready by then. But just getting the park together, our public works crews have been out there planting, or they will start planting on Monday, MMSD trees. They've been doing the site grading work. I want to thank the city of Franklin for loaning us their bulldozer, saving us probably thousands of dollars in rental fees. Mike Dermody and the crew over there have done an amazing job tidying up the site, just like they did for the Veterans Memorial, and just like they did at Conkle Park, and just like they did at the shelter on the south end of Conkle Park, just like they do pretty much everywhere.
We use the bulldozer at Alan Kowicki Park too.
Yeah, I think we had to rent that one. It might have come, no, actually, that might have come from no, that was a bigger one. That was a D4, I think. I don't know what
Was
the
it?
bulldozer, yeah. it
We
was-
got the dirt from that.
But Franklin had a ton of topsoil, had a ton of extra stuff, whatever it's called, whenever they dig something out. And they donated that to us. So I really want to thank the city of Franklin for helping us out. And I would encourage them to visit the new skateboard park, which should be the second largest in the Midwest, second only to Des Moines. And if we can raise another $500,000 to $1 million, we would have the largest skateboard park in the Midwest and the only one in the country with the type of historical roots that the turf had. No one has the 1980s and 90s skateboard bowls like these. They just don't exist anymore.
Well, now they do.
So,
They do.
and I continue to follow Facebook, and I'm now on Facebook, which just grates me because I had to do it. But I mean, there's like one of the skateboarding groups or whatever they're called has 1,400 followers. The sheer number of, but they're from all over the world. So people are talking about visiting from Germany and England, and they're actually planning their vacations to come to Greenfield to skate in the historic bowls of the turf. So I think you'll all be incredibly impressed when you see it. There's still a lot of work to be done. Alderperson Kastner would like some flagpoles there.
Isn't he gonna pay for them? I thought he was paying for
I,
them.
I was told that he was, initially, he said that he would donate the cost of the flagpoles until he realized that they're a lot more expensive than we all thought they used to be. So,
I remember saying that, but I would like flagpoles along the freeway.
the other thing
To
I'd
give
point
some
out too is
identity to the city.
so this is another thing to consider, there's legislation in Madison now with regard to what kinds of flags cities can fly or municipal government buildings can have. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
So having an Arbor Day flag or a turf flag or a United Nations flag when we used to celebrate any of those kinds of flags, it sounds like could potentially be outlawed. I would hope that they make a provision that allows the Arbor Day flag, the Tree City USA kind of flags, the turf flag, the pollinator flag, you know, or the farmer's market flag if we have one, you know.
City flag.
The city flag for
Well,
sure, especially because it has a knockout rose in it now, the newly revised and amended flag that owes,
Behind you.
huh?
The knockout rose.
Yeah, there it is. That's a knockout rose. Do you realize how long it took to get that rose right? It's not something, okay. So that's my report. Aldermanic reports, are there any? Announcements. Citizen commentary. I have two people that have signed up. The first is Mr. Khalil. Are you here for an item on the agenda, or did you have something? Oh, sorry, oh, okay. Okay, you want to probably speak during then if it's required then. No, you're good, as long as we know who you are. Are you here for an item too? Which one are you guys here for? Guys? Yeah, you're the food truck, and what are you guys here for? We're just neighbors. Oh, you're just neighbors. Okay, no, totally cool. All right, then I have Jill Zahner, 9554 West Upham Avenue.
JILLZAUNER. And I live at 9554 West Upham Ave in the great city of Greenfield. And I am here today just to talk about May 9th, which is officially National Knockout Rose Day. As you all know, we were just talking about the rose in the logo. Knockout Rose was created by Will Radler right here in the city of Greenfield. And it is, I think, something that not enough people know about. And so as we have created this National Knockout Rose Day, we thought a community celebration going along with it would go a long way to raise awareness about this little hidden gem that we have here in Greenfield and Will Radler's contribution to our city. Will actually handed me this before we walked in. This is the Combined Rose List 2025. And if you look at the knockout rose, it says, the knockout rose is the world's favorite rose. All caps, world's favorite rose. It's the most sold rose in the whole world, and it's right here. And Will opens up the garden only a few times in the summer to raise money for different organizations. And this year, we're gonna have a community event that is open to everybody. And so I would just really encourage you to come out and see this beautiful little tucked away garden and rosarium that's here and is such a great part of what makes our city so wonderful.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving along to public hearings, J1 is a public hearing on a special use permit for Auto Restyling Center, a multi-tenant building providing auto body paint and interior repair and maintenance, automotive glass repair, replacement, car detailing, and tire dealing to be located at 8512 West Forest Home Avenue, submitted by Tigreed, I hope I pronounced it right, Khalil. This is to approve a resolution for the special use permit as well as approve site review and landscaping. This is the old Forest Tire site.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So one thing to note about this property is that it is going from a single tenant building to a multi-tenant building. It's the reason why there's so many uses listed as part of the special use review, or I'm sorry, special use permit. The reason that they're all listed is to create a situation that's much more akin to the 84 South properties. So if you recall when Cooper's Hawk, Chipotle, Starbucks all came, because so much conversation happened on the front end, each of those uses were able to go through a much shorter and expedited process in terms of appearing before Plan Commission and Common Council. Specifically, they don't require having public hearings for those uses there. By incorporating multiple special uses into the initial permit with this property, we hope to create a much more similar outcome where individual users who come into this multi-tenant building will not have to have public hearings and will be able to open in a much more expedient manner. The hours of operation will be 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. Parking requirement is 24 for the building. A total of 21 will be provided. The council may waive the shortage. Plan Commission recommended approval on March 11th. No letters of support or objection have been received to date.
This is we're sort of treating this like one of those spa buildings, right? Where they're multi-tenant spa buildings so that every single tenant that goes in doesn't, right? We don't have to do a complete site review. The only thing that I would say, are those knockout roses along the building?
No, actually, right now,
Please.
those are actually not, those are like the future plants, and they're actually
No, I'm just,
It's just saying.
so if you really want to go a long way, you can, you know, if you get some knockout
I
roses.
think we can
in.
make that happen. I think right now there was just a tree when Gina was mentioning the plan for landscape. There's a tree that has been taken care of and bushes currently right now. So we plan on just kind of just sprucing it up a little bit. Yeah.
The only thing that I'd warn you at with various tenants,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah,
It's in a nice residential neighborhood,
right.
right? I mean, junk cars, you know, leaving things.
Oh, no.
I know, I understand.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you have tenants, they do things that they may not necessarily should be doing.
Right, so like the idea there is for people to bring nice luxury cars to get windows tinted, tires changed, vehicle wraps, and things like that, or their auto glass changed. I don't foresee cars staying in the parking lot other than customer cars, because everything should be pulled into a bay.
Okay. It just needs to be kept clean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
That is my biggest concern over not reviewing this heavily each time because of the review of the added clutter outside that potentially could happen over decades.
Yeah. I mean, just
Make sure it stays clean.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
For sure.
and the other problem for this too is that even though you might sublet, like maybe a couple stalls to different people,
Yes.
if they screw up, you're the owner of the property.
Right, that's my responsibility, 100%.
It's your
Yeah, it falls on
responsibility.
my back, yeah.
Okay. That's all I got.
So I make the leases at the end of the day, and they have to abide by the rules or they're breaching the lease, so,
Right.
yes.
Make sure the leases are really tight.
Yes, I usually make them up myself. Usually hold them to it. So I have other properties that I rent, so, and I usually hold them to it, yeah.
Okay. We trust you.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, because like I have a couple properties in Milwaukee, and if you don't shovel the snow, you get a bill. If you leave out trash, they come after you, or, you know, it's very tight-knit, so I'm pretty strict with that.
So we try not to be the jerks, right?
Right.
We just kind of hope that you have enough.
I'll be the jerk.
Yeah, I mean, we just hope that we don't want to send code enforcers out there. We don't want to send people out there. If you maintain and keep your property up, then there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
Just be the jerk to the tenants, not to us.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's the older person there, is that Bailey?
That must be Bruce.
So he's kind of a pushover. I mean, he'll let anything go, so. I'm kidding. That was a joke. Okay, so I'd entertain a motion to approve the special use permit.
To close the
Oh,
public hearing, don't we?
Is anyone here to speak for or against or informational purposes concerning this item? Is anyone here to speak for or against or informational purposes concerning this item? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close.
Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I'd entertain a motion to approve the resolution for a special use permit, as well as approve the site review and landscaping plans, which are still in process, I think, a little bit, but staff can work out to.
There's gonna be knockout roses, right?
If you want to do knockout roses, he lives like 2-3 blocks away. I mean, he'd probably be really appreciative, so. And they smell wonderful, so, right?
They bloom year round,
All
too.
right, motion was made, seconded, would you call?
I did not get the motion.
Oh, motion was
Motion to
by,
approve.
oh, what? I thought we did.
No, we just closed the
Yeah, we
public
Oh,
hearing.
sorry, by
Motion to approve.
Trizwicki, second by Bailey, yeah.
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Okay, item 2 is a public hearing on a special use permit for Melton Dip Food Truck, a proposed food truck business located at 7820 West Layton Avenue, submitted by Heba Awadala, I hope I pronounced that properly, doing business as Melton Dip. This is also for a special use permit as well as site plan review.
All right, so this property is zone C4. The food truck will have 2 full-time employees. This is for an existing business, right? Melton Dip has been there for a couple years now, and this will be a food truck that they will not serve from the property. They will have, like, prepare in the kitchen and then send their food truck elsewhere. But the proposed hours of operation for the food truck are noon to midnight daily. There's enough, the vehicle will be parked behind the multi-tenant structure, so that it shouldn't take up parking spaces that customers normally use. Plan Commission recommended approval on March 11th.
So the minutes reflect, the truck is being parked in the back basically and being serviced by the commercial kitchen on the property generally, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, I mean, so you're not actually operating the food truck there as a restaurant in the parking lot in front,
Correct.
right?
And we have not received any letters of support or objection.
Does anyone want to speak for, against, or informational purposes concerning this item? Anyone want to speak for, against, or informational purposes concerning this item? Entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close public hearing.
Alderperson Kastner, second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I entertain a motion to approve the resolution as well as the site review
I'll make a motion.
by Alderperson Bailey. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Drzwicki. Can we call?
Alderperson Jizwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Moving along to item 3 is a public hearing and a special use permit for Mr. Chicken Food Truck. Same kind of deal, but located at 3322 West Loomis Road, submitted by Mustafa Almansa, sorry. This is to approve the resolution as well as the site review.
So similar to the previous one, this will be a food truck for the Mr. Chicken business. That it won't operate off of, like, the food truck will not be serving out of the parking lot, but it will be using the kitchen as a base. It'll be two full-time employees. The proposed hours of operation are 10 a.m. to midnight Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and then 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Thursdays through Sundays. Staff recommends that we shift it from 10 a.m. to midnight. Plan Commission recommended approval on March 11th, and we have not received any letters of support or objection.
So Thursday through Sunday, it's 10 to midnight?
That's what staff recommend, yes.
Okay, and you want 2, all right. There's one person there, Isidoro and Don Lopez, 3325 West Lindale, are speaking for information only. Did you guys want to come up, or did you have questions? If you're the applicant, if you can just remember if they have questions that we can't answer, okay?
My main concern, well, my name is Isidoro Lopez. I live right behind 3325 West Lindale. So my main concern is the noise and the hours of operation, because in the past, cars come and then they just park outside with a loud music.
Booming
Late at
music,
night.
like
Okay.
shaking our windows music.
When was that? I mean,
It's been a
last-
couple of times.
Last
has
week,
it been recently?
Last week, he just had to go out, him and my son had to go out and talk to somebody in the parking lot and ask them to leave. It was so loud.
Okay.
And that was at 12:30 at night.
Okay.
The business was closed, but it's just, people do tend to go there. But our main concern is, okay, if it's not gonna be on the property, when they're coming back, what's taking place? Like, if they're bringing it back at night, are they gonna be cleaning it? Is there gonna be music going? And, because it's like extremely loud right in our house.
Okay.
Our rooms are in the back, so we hear it very loud.
Okay, he can probably answer that question a little bit.
I believe the landscaping is planned for next year, this year. They're going to be landscaping it, upjutting the alley as well, installed this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
because last time when they approved for the restaurant to open, it was the same thing. They said, we're gonna give a year so they can fix the landscaping and put a fence over there. It never was done.
Yeah.
So the last time that it appeared, the deadline was December of 2025, so we're approaching it. I have talked to the property owner, I've talked to his contractor. They are aware of that deadline, and they are in the process of making like those arrangements to get that in, but the deadline is officially December 31st of 2025, so.
But that was for this
That
this
was,
time, or that was a
So
previous?
originally, when they appeared in 2020, so it's been a while, and the deadline of 5 years was given because of the amount of work they have to do a retaining wall in the back. And so because of the amount of work, they were given additional time to do it, and we're coming up on that 5-year timeframe that they were given. And the property owner has been given the site plan that was approved by Plan Commission, Common Council, and understands the expectation is that they meet that site and landscape plan that was approved previously.
Technically, if they don't meet the plan, they could obviously apply for an extension. Then their special use is in jeopardy. So there's a strong incentive. We recognize what happened. So the last couple of folks that ran that building, COVID happened to one of them. Ownership changes or people it was not a pretty sight, kind of, right? So this guy, and I'll vouch for him just because he fed the planning commission and the common council, and he brought donuts tonight, and you can have some if you'd like. But he's probably one of the most spectacular people that really, I think, wants to give it a go and wants to do everything that he needs to do. It sounds like he's really the first one with a business plan, as opposed to a hope and a prayer that it's sort of gonna work.
Right.
Do you agree? No, I mean, I, if somebody's there after hours, you just call the police. You immediately just get them over there, okay?
But our concern with the food truck is are you bringing it back and then cleaning it and doing stuff like late hours to where, I mean, there's been times where the restaurant has had extremely loud music.
So if you could come up here, because it is kind of a public hearing, and I don't want to get back and,
Like after we can connect it to the city regular electricity, no noise, no nothing. I have beautiful staff, they will get done like not even 10, 20 minutes. So I know that as people are behind me, barely door to door, I need to take care of them, make sure they're sleeping there, you know. Otherwise, if there's any problems anytime, I'm willing to fix anything.
is there a way that you can provide your information to them? I mean,
And I mean, we're
so
not
you can call to
have the business up and running, it's just when it's interfering with our sleep. And I mean, my daughter lives next door, she owns the house next door, and the same thing, their windows are rattling from music being,
Well,
that's
if
not-
he's
that's-
there, then he able
So
to
his
police it
special
too.
use does not allow him to have music blaring from the parking lot late at night. It doesn't allow him to jeopardize the peacefulness of the neighborhood, right?
Okay.
I mean, just so you're,
My personal phone
okay,
number,
okay,
if there's anything that happen anytime.
okay, okay.
okay? And you can call, if for some reason he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing,
We don't have a problem with you having a business, it's just when our home is being interrupted with everything.
if you have a problem with him, he's not doing it in the music, you just call me. Or call them, and they'll call me, right?
All right.
That, yeah.
Who's the older person?
That would be me.
Or you can call Andrew.
Probably best to just call me. I'll get it taken care of. But
We'll all be there.
this gentleman's doing a fantastic job. We shouldn't
Yeah.
have any issues.
No, I agree.
Agreed.
Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against or informational purposes concerning this item? Is there anyone else that would like to speak for or against or informational purposes concerning this item? Were your questions answered? Yes. I'd entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close it.
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, second by Alderperson Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the special use permit and site review.
What are the timeframes going to be?
12, I think, right? That's consistent with,
So Plan Commission recommended the 2 a.m. Staff, and again, Plan Commission is a recommending body. Could you go back one slide for me? So Plan Commission recommended approval of the proposed hours of 10 a.m. to midnight, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
I,
I kind of like the midnight just because of,
it's consistent with everybody else, too.
yeah, because it butts up to the residential.
But he's not really operating anything. He's just coming back from locations that are open past midnight. So
Well,
you're encouraging him to, I don't know, park in a residential area as opposed to here.
I mean, if,
That was the argument. All they're doing is dropping the vehicle off.
I would assume they have to unload it, but I would assume, hopefully it's not too loud, but.
it's your call.
It is a tough call.
It's your call. I don't,
What's?
I can't believe the planning commission went to 2 a.m. And they're tough
having,
cookies.
so I used to live next to a restaurant. And after midnight, it gets a little old. I'm just saying. If the use is limited after midnight to literally just dropping off the trailer, that's one thing. If it means restocking the trailer and I mean, and all the things that you might do with a food truck between,
Agreed.
and it's not that you'll do it, it's, you know, you'll have your dishwashers or you'll have your whoever, your kitchen help?
It's not gonna be that much work, especially like the food truck. If you come and see it, it's really amazing inside. It's really organized. I have OCD, so everything has to be organized and very quick system. You know, I've been working in a lot of different jobs, pharmacy, hospital, so I know exactly what I need to get this done very quick, very fast. They're not gonna even notice that I'm there, you know. If I have to take it to my house, bring it next day, I'll take it. I'll bring it next day, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, get everything ready and go out. They're not gonna even notice that there's a food truck there. Just, you know.
Yeah.
I'll defer to Andrew, it's your district.
I mean, at the moment, I thought our larger discussion, at least at the legislative sessions, is that food trucks have to be kept to at least a minimum standard at the moment. So if we're going to keep it at a minimum standard of it being midnight for everyone, then that's the way it should be. Otherwise, I'm making special use cases for anyone at that point. So is that what the board wishes to do going forward or not?
You know, one of the things is,
And it's not,
most of the time it's going to be out of Greenfield, like Milwaukee downtown. They already got the permit from them. Most of the time we're going to be in Milwaukee downtown, and other cities. We're going to Madison, we're going to Chicago.
Right.
We're not going to focus on Greenfield. It's just there's a restaurants there for Greenfield. Everybody's going to be coming to the restaurants. It's the whole point is everybody, you know, those weekends, everybody at night, they're looking for food.
Yeah.
Food trucks tend to operate later at night.
Kind of.
Can I operate after 12?
Well,
Generally, is there anyone on the board that's opposed?
So this is for storage and the home base kind of use between
Exactly.
12 and 2? It's not, it
It's just
doesn't
like maybe
have
for the
anything to
coolers.
do
It's
with the
something-
dispensing of food or any of those things?
No.
the restaurant isn't open that late. We limit it to midnight?
Just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until 12, and the rest of the week until 2.
You can try, I mean, if you want, you could try something like the special use for the first year is until 2, to be reviewed in a year.
Is there
Right.
anyone that's opposed to that at the moment?
We could have the special use
I mean, I don't really have
for
an issue
6
with this
months at
particular
2,
gentleman or
and
his
if
business at the
if
moment.
it's okay, it gets reviewed.
Leaving it up to you, I'm just, yeah.
No, then that's fine.
6 months maybe to get you through the summer to see how it works?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not going to matter in the winter.
Right.
No.
So I will make a motion to approve with an amendment to allow hours of operation till 2 a.m. for the next 6 months with a review at that point in time if there becomes an
Thursday
issue.
through Sunday.
Thursday through Sunday.
Is that fair?
Yeah, beautiful.
I mean.
Second.
So
Okay,
I'll just
motion by-
come back in 6 months, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
They'll probably forget anyway, so.
We might get
I'm
hungry.
kidding.
We might get hungry by that time.
Jeez, don't take it so personally. Jeez, I was just joking. All right, motion was made and second to approve the special use permit as well as the site review. There's a 6-month trial period on the special use with regard to 2 a.m. to be reviewed in 6 months, right? All right. I'd entertain a motion to approve. Did we get a motion? Andrew made that motion and it was seconded by Bailey, right? Could you call?
Alderperson Drzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Old business. We're still working on the Civil Service Commission and its makeup, so that can be on the next item. New business, appointment of Common Council President for a 1-year term. It's currently Alderperson Bailey. Are there any nominations?
Briefly, do we want to postpone this because Shirley's not sitting here?
I think we
All
could
five
wait
of us
for
should be
her.
here. Is it a big deal?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, so that can be placed on the next agenda. With regard,
And an
is that,
unreasonable request of all of you?
No, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, just so we do things appropriately.
okay, with regard to item 2, these are council representative appointments to various committees and commissions. The Finance Committee currently has Sarian, Bailey, and Kastner. Legislative Committee currently has Drzwicki, Bailey, and Sarian. The Park and Rec Board currently has Sarian, and the Planning Commission currently has Kastner. Does everyone want to keep
I make a motion that we confirm the existing.
So you actually have to make the nomination for those. This is, I'm not,
I am making the motion to confirm the appointments of the existing committee members to the existing
and
positions.
that's item 2A through little I, little 4, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Motion by Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Driswicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Mayor appointments confirmed by council. This is the library board with Driswicki, 3 members to the Board of Public Works, which is Akers, Bailey, and Driswicki, and 1 member to the Tree Commission, which is currently Bailey. I would make those reappointments. I'd entertain a motion to confirm my reappointments.
Motion to confirm.
By Alderperson Akers, or second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor.
Is there one for the Board of Health in here, or I don't see it on the agenda?
I don't think that's on there yet, because it wasn't just for a year, so it's not up yet,
Okay.
right? Yours
I don't
was two-
remember
I think
what it
yours
was.
2 or
Yeah.
3, yeah.
Is it, oh, it's you.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
correct, 2026.
2026 is when your appointment's up
Okay.
there.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Appointments to various committees and commissions. 1 member to the Board of Public Works this is a council appointment, currently Denise Collins.
I would move to reappoint.
By Alderperson Akers.
Second.
Second by Driswicki, all in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, I just have to go through some of these. Huh. I didn't know David Sherbarth was on the Board of Review. Is he still on the Board of Review?
You put him on.
Huh?
You put him on.
Like 3 years ago? Okay, so 1 member to the Fire and Police Commission, I would reappoint Steve Brown. I'd entertain a motion to confirm. This is 3B little I. I'd entertain a motion.
Motion to confirm,
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a
Stephen
second?
Brown.
Second by Driswicki, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Mr. Reed is no longer on the Board of Review.
Yes, he is.
I'd reappoint Mr. Reed to the Board of Review.
Motion to confirm.
By Alderperson Kastner, second by Alderperson Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Under B, 3 little I, I would reappoint David Sherbarth to the Board of Review.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Driswicki,
Second.
second by Alderperson Bailey. Is there any, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Tree Commission, I would reappoint Robert Hanson
We are always looking for youth to do these kind of positions.
and experience.
And experienced. Would be interesting.
Yes. Yeah. So like a long time ago, somebody said, don't take things personally. So I don't.
I don't think it that way. I just think
Yeah, I
we-
get, yeah. Oh, 2 members to the Tree Commission, Robert Hanson, Andrew Driswicki, are you still, you're a citizen member too?
Yes, as citizen member, but it would be appropriate to have me be the rotating member since I'm also usually double booked to do library board, just so that's made note of.
If you want to sit on the Tree
I'm happy
Commission,
to
no one's
continue to
gonna,
do it.
I know Alderperson
We
Bailey
did finally
relishes
find
the
another full person,
Tree
a
Commission
full-time
meetings.
person for
Okay,
that matter for the
okay.
board. so.
I'd reappoint Hanson and Driswicki. I'd entertain a motion to confirm.
I'll make a motion.
By Bailey, second by
I'll second.
Kastner. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? 2 members to the Zoning Board of Appeals, Kevin Thomas and Donald Reed. I'd reappoint them. Entertain a motion to confirm.
Motion to confirm.
By Akers, or second?
Second.
By Bailey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Under item C, these are mayor's appointments that I still like to have confirmed, even though it doesn't require them. 2 members to the Planning Commission for a term to expire 5/1 of '28. Commissioner Steve Rogers is retiring. I would appoint Randy Lee, who's a real estate broker. He's also involved in Greenfield Athletics with the basketball program and all those things. He seems like a really wonderful guy that really wants to be involved. And he's younger.
Ben.
Not that that matters, because that, So I'd appoint those two folks, Don Carlson and Randy Lee, back on the planning commission. Wait, let me switch that a little bit. Steve Rogers is a regular member, so I would appoint Michael Braswell to be a regular member because he was first. And I would appoint Don Carlson to be on the planning commission, okay? So it's Braswell as regular members with a term to expire 5/1 of '28.
And then I think we have to put the open position on the next agenda.
And then it's, yeah.
Do you need to designate the next second?
So the next one is the alternate member of the planning commission for a term to expire 5/1 of '28. I'm not sure when Braswell,
2027.
so he's 2027? Yeah, I'll have to put him on the next one. I would reappoint Danielle Wojak for 5/1 of '28. On the next agenda, I'll appoint Randy Lee as the 5/20.
As the alternate.
As the alternate. I think that's how that would work. And then designation of chairperson of zoning board of appeals, currently Michael Braswell, who's done a bang-up job. I'd make that reappointment.
Motion to approve with all adjustments.
By Alderperson Driswick,
Confirm
second
or-
by
yeah.
Alderperson Kastner or Akers.
I'll say second, I don't.
So that's, you don't have to confirm, and I
Yeah.
don't require confirm, but that is a motion to confirm. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 4 is approve applications for 2024-25 operator licenses by our city clerk. Entertain a motion to approve,
Motion to approve.
subject to all the disclaimers about being compliant, right? By Driswick, seconded by Akers. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I guess I have to go through each one of these because there's no way to. Item 5 is a temporary Class B retailer's license from Harley's Owners Group for an indoor event on April 26. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
By Alderperson Driswick, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 6 is Daniels Palace, Rachel Daniels, agent, requests an extension of the licensed premises of their combination Class B beer and liquor license and entertainment license for Bags League to include the front of the building, which will have temporary fencing. Alcohol sales will be inside the building on May 7th, 14th, 21st, 28th, June 4th. Entertain a motion to approve.
I will make a motion to approve with the caveat that not knowing their operation, how long the bags would last, but the homeowners association or condo association behind them reached out to me and requested that they stop at 9:30 if at all possible. So if that can be at least put into the minutes that
You
it's
can make them
requested.
from 6 to 9:30 if you want. You can amend it.
They were requested till 10, so you want it at 9:30?
You want it at 9:30?
Make the amendment, it's fine.
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe they.
The other thing you could do is you could just approve it for May 7th and hold the items 14th, 21st, 28th, and June 4th until, or whatever the council meeting would be, the third week of May. You could just approve 7th and the 14th, and if they go well then on the 20th, I don't know what the date is for the. Is it the
20th is our
20th?
next meeting.
Then on the 20th, you could approve the 21st, 28th, and 4th. You could hold those 3 items.
It's not light till 10 o'clock. That's the odd thing.
Okay, so 9:30? Okay, so the motion was made to amend the hours from 10 PM, from 6 PM to 9:30 PM? Okay? By Kastner, is there a second?
That is.
Is that your motion to approve that?
Yes.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Driswick, all
I
in favor?
will have to reiterate that the condo association said that that was a very good operator and they do a very good job at that location so far.
Is that for all the nights or just the first one then?
So maybe, on the 20th of May, you can extend the hours to 10 PM if there isn't a problem.
If they need to, if not, then it'll just be 9:30. That makes
Okay.
sense?
All right, sure.
Understood?
Motion was made, second, all in favor? Do we go? All in
Roll
favor?
call.
Aye.
I don't have to call that. Motion carries unanimously. Item 7 is approve a resolution for special use review for an ownership and business change to Lake Auto Glass, an existing automotive glass replacement shop located at 4440 South 108th Street, submitted by Justin M. Faltis, doing business as Auto Glass Brands. This is the site that last year we did site plan review. I bypassed as chair of the planning commission as a special exception. There's a closing where this gentleman is purchasing 10 places across the country. The closing is Friday. And if one of the properties were excluded, the closing would fall apart because the financing is for all 10 properties. The reality under this circumstance is that the site has been reviewed recently when the karate place went in there, that there was only one real major problem, which was the storage of glass outside. A resolution has been created. This didn't have a resolution back in 2003, when as an alderperson I originally approved it, which is kind of weird, isn't it? Kind of weird, yeah. So I would entertain a motion to approve the resolution for the special use review.
Make a motion to approve the resolution as
But-
presented, even
but-
though you bypassed the
but-
planning commission.
Well, which is a recommending body, right?
I'm just giving
And
you
this is one of those situations where there was nothing other than 4 minutes of, yeah, just keep your glass inside and welcome, right?
Second.
Motion by Alderperson Kastner, second by Alderperson Drzwicki. Staff was very concerned about this, and I want to be as incredibly transparent as I possibly can. I have I chair the planning commission. I can remove any item from the planning commission and put it directly on the council agenda if I want to. I am also the chair of this body, and I can place, without anyone's consent, any item that I want on the agenda. There's nothing obnoxious or egregious here, and I think this was goodwill towards someone who's investing in our community. I just want to be clear about that. All right, so that they don't take the heat, or they don't get arrested, because this is really illegal. No, it's not.
Just don't make a habit of it, Mike.
I'm not gonna, this is when someone's pleading with you on the phone,
I hear you, and it makes sense. It's good, makes good business sense, and we're a city to do good business things, so I appreciate it. This is one perfect, and don't talk about whales.
yeah, and it's probably not precedent setting. So, motion was made, would you call?
Alderperson Drzwicki.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.
Item 8, I'd like to put on the next agenda, that's for the Knockout Rose. Approve an outdoor special event application for National Knockout Rose Day event to be held at 10020 West Meadow Drive on May 9th, 2025, waiving all applicable license, permit, application fees. Application includes outdoor special event and food. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderperson Akers.
Akers.
Second by Alderperson.
It is a
Drzwicki.
federally acknowledged day, isn't it?
Boy, it should be. Boy, it should.
I don't know. As long as we have Mr. Radler here, I just, before the meeting, we were talking, he's probably, he's either the top or the second top, I think of Bob Schleider too, the most generous resident that the city's ever had. The park across from his gardens was bought and paid for by him at considerable expense. The Radler Rose Garden next to the community center next door, which has really grown out and is maintained, I think, by you still, is spectacular. He's always been there for us. He's always been there for open garden tours. He's opened up his wonderful place to all of us, and it's a real honor that he lives in our community. So I'm glad someone made a motion to approve it. So, and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 9, approve an outdoor special event application for the Ridge Food Truck Nights on May 2nd, June 26th, July 24th, and August 28th, including outdoor special event and food. This isn't adjacent to any residential
Residents.
neighborhood.
It's in their
so-
parking lot. I'll make a motion to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, there's second.
Second.
Where are they actually holding it?
In,
At the Ridge.
it's in their parking lot in front. I think it's Thursday nights for their church service.
What part of the parking lot?
The front part is where they do it?
I'm not sure.
They're in front of their,
By the building?
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Not that I care, I
And
just
there's
care
Little League
because I
going on
care.
then too, so I'm guessing people could walk over there if they wanted.
Yeah.
Motion was made and seconded, right? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Special outdoor event for the Greater Greenfield Lions Club Cruising Car Show on May 24th. Entertain a motion to approve,
Motion to approve.
waiving all fees as well. This is the Alan
Definitely.
Kawicki Car Show on Memorial Day
Second.
weekend, which is awesome. Kastner, Drzwicki, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. An open house on June 1st at that same location for the Alan Kawicki Pavilion. Entertain a motion to approve, waiving the fees.
It's a new event.
It's a new event, so
Cool.
they're trying to open it up more to get people in there. We also recently figured out who insures what, inventories were taken. Scott and Kent have been working with UWM, I think, Wisconsin Historical Society, which insures some of it, so, but,
Did I make a motion to approve?
Yep, second.
and seconded by Driswick, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 12 is an outdoor special event application for the Salvation Army Rummage events on June 14th, July 12th, August 9th, September 13th, and October 11th. Waiving those fees as well, since it serves the public interest. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Akers, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Bailey. In the past, we worried about how disruptive this kind of might be.
We did
They
last
haven't
year.
been at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
Motion was made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 13 is a lengthy special event application for the Greenfield 4th of July celebration. I'd entertain a motion to approve that.
Oh, I think we should cancel it this year.
Motion to approve.
Yeah, where are they?
Second.
Motion by Akers, second by Driswicky. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 14 is a special event application for Salvation Army Milwaukee MKE Racing Charity and Car Show. Nice. June 28th. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bailey, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Can't have enough car shows.
Apparently not.
Item
We missed
15
one too. We got another one coming up.
I just
Ours.
can't, I can't wait to get the Bonneville on the road, man. I
It's
just
not
can't wait.
running?
Huh? No, it's running. It
Oh.
was sleeping
Doesn't
through the
have a top
winter.
for it.
Huh?
It's topless, right?
What?
You don't have a top for it, so you
Not
can't.
top?
I think it's brand new.
You got a new top for
Well,
it?
it's 12 years old, but
The 250 just isn't good enough, right? It's gotta be the bottom.
it's gotta be Bonneville. Yeah. I got a tri-power I'm gonna stick on it this summer with the help of a Greenfield resident who's really good at that stuff.
One on Loomis? No, a different one? Okay.
He lives over in Cold Spring, but where the neighborhood is that we're supposed to reconstruct, he lives down in there somewhere.
So the item of Mike's Bonneville is on the agenda?
No. No, Cheater Carl from the Cheaters Car Club hooked me up with the guy. It's pretty cool. He knows, not many people know about tri-powers. Just saying. Item 15 is from the Planning Commission. It's for the approved site landscaping and architectural plans for the proposed construction of the multifamily apartment complex on 92nd Street. This was approved a couple of years ago. It expired because of the economy. It's being brought back, and it's currently in process. Entertain a motion to approve that.
And to approve.
By Alderperson Akers, there's a second.
Second.
By Alderperson Castor. Ooh.
When do they think they might begin?
This summer,
Oh, okay.
I
'Cause isn't
think.
it
So there's still a
27?
lot to do with regard
still
to,
need
should they
financing.
create the TIF and all that stuff? We still have to do that. That's, the timing for that is in June sometime.
Isn't 27 when 92nd's gonna get shut down because of the bridge?
27 is when 92nd Street gets shut down and the street kind of gets straightened out.
The
I
bridge
think.
gets torn
Yeah,
down and
so I think
shifted.
it's 4 phases, this development.
Okay. And we're gonna get the sidewalk on,
There's going to be, so there'll be safe pedestrian access across from 84 South to get to this on
well,
92nd Street.
are we running it all the way up too? I thought we were gonna run it.
The developer is doing
It
the
will be,
sidewalk in
it
front
will
of his.
likely be run, I'm not sure if it's to the fire station property line,
Okay.
probably there.
Okay.
As you go further north, it gets
But
a
you're
little
talking about
hairy
the
with
bridge.
the
Well,
county.
no, I'm talking, no, I was talking the sidewalk past the bridge.
No, that's part of the developer's
Yeah,
agreement.
that's what I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure that.
that's in
As
there.
well as
Yeah.
the bike path leading to 100 to the
And our
power line
water
trail.
issues and all that fun
Yes,
stuff.
yes, all good.
Okay.
Wouldn't be excited about it this year, though.
I don't know. I mean, so interest rates in the economy have had dramatic impact. I think I shared this, did I share this recently? So we got our bond money that I signed for tomorrow at 3.5% roughly. Was it Marinette? I can't remember. I think I told,
Yeah, that was the one
did
we
I
got
tell you
the-
this already? So.
I don't know, I think that's planning.
So Ellers, our bond folks, went to market for, I think it was Marinette, and their interest rate from the bonds was 5.5%.
Yep.
It went up 2 percentage points, which we would have rejected. Was it Marinette? You guys awake over there? It's a long day, isn't it?
The 10 and 30-year treasury moved almost 10% in the last 2 weeks, so we should be very thankful that. we
Timing
were
was
able
right.
to do what
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, we really lucked, we hit it. So, motion was made and seconded. What'd you just call on this one?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye,
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Item 16 is approving agreement with R.A. Smith for engineering services in the amount of $72,800. Entertain a motion to approve. What was
motion to
this?
approve.
By Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Drozwicki, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye,
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Item 17, approving agreement with Garland Company for Project 2505, which is a law enforcement center roof in the amount of $523,545. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
By Akers, second by Drozwicki, would you
Isn't
call?
this like the second time we've done this?
So
work?
this is actually, yes, but it's not the entire roof. Is it?
It's the flat roof.
So we
So the
didn't do the
building is
flat roof
part
before?
flat and part pitched.
This is a flat roof over by
This
the,
roof just seems like we've had lots of issues.
This
There's
is
two
the-
sections of
the
flat.
Particular problem that needs to be fixed, and hopefully we won't have it again for 20 years.
or 12,
Well,
which is when we
life
fixed the last
life
part.
of the flat roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really important that we do this. Motion was,
motion to approve.
I think we
It's
already
already
got
been
it.
made.
Would you
Never
call?
mind.
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye,
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Item 18 is the discussion and decision to approve the purchase of a street light pole handling attachment. I'd entertain a motion to
motion to
approve.
approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Akers, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye,
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Item 19 is discussion and decision to transfer the clearing account balance of excess of 7% of the total escrow fund to Gen Res in the amount of $14,532. Entertain a motion to approve.
motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, second by Alderperson Bailey, would you go?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye,
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Item 20 is discussion and decision to establish the 2025 sewer service rates as proposed in the 2025 adopted budget.
motion to approve.
By Alderperson Kastner, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Trusicki, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye,
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
I'll take 21 and 22 together. These are the schedules of disbursements and reimbursements. Entertain a motion to approve both of those items.
motion, second.
By Bailey, second by Kastner, would you call?
Alderperson Juzwicki,
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner,
Aye,
Alderperson Akers,
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey,
Aye.
Item 23 is Cassandra Zacher here.
I'm gonna go with a no.
So
She
we will
was
not be
here
going to,
earlier.
we will not be going to closed
Yeah,
session.
she's outside. She was here.
Was she?
She asked if she should wait in here or wait outside. I'm not sure if she's out in the hallway or not.
Can somebody check?
I'll be happy to do so.
I don't know why she would.
I thought we were more entertaining than that.
Okay, I guess then item 23 is, item 23 is common council in closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute 1985, parent 1, parent little b and little f, considering licensure, social or personal history, or medical information for purposes of issuing a 2024-2025 operator license to Cassandra Zacher. Entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Motion to go in closed session.
By Alderperson Driswicky, second by Alderperson Bailey. Would you call?
Alderperson Driswicky.
Aye.
Alderperson Kastner.
Aye.
Alderperson Akers.
Aye.
Alderperson Bailey.
Aye.